Good morning. This is Neil Spate, editor of Thurrock Nub News, live in Tilbury, where this morning many people from the town are going to say their final farewell to Peter Hewitt, MBE, a man commonly known as Mr. Tilbury. I knew Peter. I actually succeeded him as chairman for a brief period of time of the Tilbury Riverside project. And I know quite a few of the people that are here on the streets of the Civic Square are going to say a final farewell as he passes by this morning. I'm going to have a wander around now and possibly have a word with some people about Peter and share with you this final moment of Mr. Tilbury in Tilbury. And could I just have a word? If you don't mind, if you just... obviously, it's a special day, really, to say farewell to Peter. This is Annie O'Brien, who runs the Tilbury Riverside project and worked very closely for many years. Thoughts of Peter?
Well, every time I think of Peter, I just think of him saying to me, I'm all the better for seeing you. And he always was like, he always was cheerful, he had a smile on his face, and I'm going to miss him so much. He was so positive about Tilbury at the time.
Yeah, I mean, he really did have that ethos of Tilbury is a special place. A lot of people run Tilbury down. He fought passionately against that.
He did, and he wanted the dream of the Christmas lights, which come true, and they're still going up every year, and they will continue to do so in Pete's memory as well.
That's great to hear. That's absolutely lovely. I shall wander along and get ready. I understand the cortege has left, or will be leaving shortly, and will be passing by. Coming around, there's another familiar face for me, Susan Yates, chairman of the local history society, very well known. Obviously knew Peter as well. Your thoughts of the gentleman?
Oh, great bloke, great bloke. He was probably one of the best things that ever happened to Tilbury. And whenever I think of Peter, I told Annie recently, I think of that record, The Laughing Policeman. And that is Peter to a T. I think it sums him up.
Yeah.
He's a great bloke. He's done so much for Tilbury. And I'm sure there'll be some sort of permanent memorial to him.
Yeah.
We'll think of something.
Well, I think the love that the town has got for him is a memorial, but...
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Great love have no man than Tilbury's got for Peter.
Yeah, great
They
stuff.
say, yeah.
Lovely. I shall let you move on and get ready as well, and I shall wander around and see various people here. And here's a very familiar face to Thurrock Nub News viewers. He keeps us entertained with a song and a joke. I suppose if there's going to be a new Mr. Tilbury after Peter, this gentleman, Les, would be the man. Les, your thoughts of Peter?
Sad day, losing Peter. A good friend and a great bloke for the Tilbury Riverside project and for Tilbury. He'll be sadly missed by us and his family.
Some of the things that he did for Tilbury that you can... I mean, obviously the lights.
Everything. When we're standing here now, his epitaph really, Tilbury Lights was turned on every year, and still are. Tilbury Riverside project, and everything, Peter. He wouldn't say no for an answer. If he was told no, then he'd dig deeper until he got a yes.
And he was a man of great dignity as well. I mean, I met him a few times in later years, and I remember once down at the terminal. He would always turn up. He was not well,
No.
and we all know he was affected with the Alzheimer's. But he was such an honest man. I remember walking up to him and saying, "Hello, Peter, how are you?" And he just smiled and he said, "I'm really sorry." He said, "I don't know who you are," but he had no. There was no edge to him. He would said sorry, and he spoke with dignity, and he explained he was thinking about other people,
exactly.
and so we weren't at unease.
And that's what he's like with Tilbury. Tilbury just thought of Tilbury people all the time, not for himself at all. And getting the MBE was just the crowning glory for Peter.
Yeah.
And for us as well to know Peter was recognised by.
And the Queen's Award as well came along later, so
Fantastic,
you know,
yes,
which is all down to him. So
wonderful man.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'll be remembered at the lights this year, in some way,
like,
shape, or form.
Some memorial for Peter. Couldn't not be because he's. If it wasn't for him, the lights wouldn't be here. We had 500 people standing around this Civic Square every year because of Peter.
Yeah.
And the kiddies and everything was Peter.
And I'm sure you'll have a song for him at some point in time.
Yes, without doubt.
Well, as I say, keep the mantle going of Tilbury, and Tilbury is a great place. When I came to Thurrock in 2004, I came down here and got a lovely welcome. For those who know me, it's a little bit like Yorkshire down here, which is the nicest thing I can say about Tilbury. Good people, and Peter was one of the finest. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely. I shall wander round and we'll see.
Hello, darling.
Hello, darling. A wonderful memorial in Tilbury, the finest in Thurrock, I think. There's another familiar face here, Councillor Fraser Massey from East Tilbury. But I'll stop and have a. You got time for a quick word? You knew Peter?
I've met him, many times. First met him when he was doing the Tilbury Riverside project over near the terminal. I was in my 20s back then, so it's came back quite a while. Some of the things he's done for this town are amazing, and really lasting legacy of the lives he's changed and the impact he's made. It's so sad that that he's passed away. He's a real big loss to the town.
Yeah, a couple of people I was just talking to were saying it will be almost certain that there'll be some sort of permanent memorial, and obviously as a man in the know at the council, I'm sure you'll be pressing for something to be done to recognise him.
Yeah, I think anyone that's received the Queen's Award and the MBE, as you just mentioned, that needs to be remembered. Few and far between people like Peter.
Yeah.
And we do need a lasting legacy for lives to do.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you very much indeed. People talk about Tilbury and it generally gets a bad press, but I remember being here in the summer when the carnival took place, and it was wonderful. Les was, who we just spoke to, was there on that day, and loads of people came around and paraded around this square. We've got a very active community association. Tilbury is a place of, it's about its people really, its character, and it is, I always find it a smashing place. Of course, like everywhere, it's got its issues, it's got its problems, but overall the people are what define a place, and within Tilbury, the Tilbs as they call themselves, they're very special people. Good morning. Morning. You have memories of Peter?
Oh, yes.
Yeah? Anything in particular?
Well, he was just a very nice man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did such a lot for the town?
He did. He did a lot for Tilbury, didn't
And he wrote a book about Tilbury, didn't he?
I didn't know that. I'll have to look that one up. Yeah. Yeah, good. Well, thank you for turning out to pay respects. Thank you. Looking across the road there, one of the little gems in Tilbury, the Sunshine Centre, supporting disabled children and their families. And if I let you into a little secret, for a number of years, every year Father Christmas has come into town on a vintage steam engine and has had a little den within the Sunshine Centre with a wonderful team of elves to support him. And I couldn't possibly tell you who Father Christmas is, but I know that Father Christmas really enjoyed all his visits to Tilbury. It was tremendous. The former town's fire station, and this of course is something of a sore point, controversy. It's been used for community, for a gymnasium. Thurrock Council want to take it down and build a new medical centre for Tilbury here. A lot of merit in that scheme. I don't think it's necessarily been sold to the Tilbury community as well as it should be, and maybe not enough people have been talked to, but This is a building that certainly, or a site that could help with the regeneration of Tilbury. And as we can see from the buildings in front of us, people are investing in Tilbury, people are living here. And sadly a sign of some of the degradation of the town, unfortunately. I don't think Tilbury has a pub anymore. Some people probably think that's a good thing. As ever with these things, it does seem we're running a little late, but I'm sure that doesn't matter. Peter's very much worth waiting for. It is a beautiful day. The work goes on. Seems strange when you visit a place. I, as I say, came to Thurrock in 2004 to edit the Thurrock Gazette. I remember sitting in the planning meetings when this particular complex, very controversial at the time, was first discussed. And here it is now, part of the fabric of the town, of course. Things change. Things always do, things always will. Somebody's just asked, what is the live feed about? Well, the live feed, although it's a little quiet at the moment, is about a town, or some members of a town, turning out to say farewell to a gentleman called Peter Hewitt, MBE, a gentleman who became known as Mr. Tilbury for his decades of work for the town, who sought for the regeneration of the town, worked very hard, a man who, I think as one lady just said to me a few minutes ago, very difficult to say no to. When Peter wanted something for Tilbury, he went out and tried to get it. Sadly, Peter passed away at the beginning of May. And as with all these things at this moment, it takes time for a funeral to take place, and the conventional funerals and tributes that we would like to pay can't happen because of coronavirus. So the cortege will be, should have left now and be on its way to us, and then from here we'll go up to Chadwell St Mary, where Peter will be laid to rest. And we said we'd come down and see, and we're still waiting. So that's why I'm here live. I'm sort of tempted to take a break, but maybe we'll wander back to where the majority of people are and see if there are any more memories of Peter. Another familiar face, another man I'm sure with many memories of Peter.
Few.
Yeah, tell us a story about Peter then.
What's that about Peter? He's never had a glass half full. His shot was always 75% full.
Yeah,
Wherever he went, he always done that and a bit more.
yeah. And you worked with him on the Riverside project for a long time?
Well, when I joined it, he was only a casual visitor, but I know him from full police.
Yeah. Oh, from the police days, yeah. The laughing policeman?
Quite often, yes.
Great stuff, thank you. Annie, while we're waiting, what's happening with the Riverside project? Anything on the cards at the moment?
Well, there's a few things that I've sort of got in the pipeline. We want to have a new light for the Christmas